Hey, everybody. My name is Christoph, and alongside me is...
Brianna. Hey, guys. What's up?
Hey there. We're super close. And welcome to Strange Times. Brianna, how are you?
I'm doing really good. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I had to actually go into like a workplace today, which was a very weird feeling. I'm used to being a hermit, and now I had to like put on like
Be
proper
social
clothing. And
all day long.
And when I got home, I was wiped.
Yeah.
Wiped clean.
Usually
Clean
are.
the slate.
You usually are. Because you're already antisocial.
I'm not that antisocial. I just, you
like to talk to a camera and a microphone, but
yes,
that's
very
at your
social
own
to strangers.
discretion. So
it's on my time, goddammit. But you're good?
I'm good. I'm great.
Awesome.
I'm fantastic. I'm doing all these Halloween reels and TikToks and
yeah, you're getting into the spirit.
Yeah, really having fun right now with all the little videos and fun stuff that I'm brewing up right now. And
excuse the pun.
Our salon remodel is finally almost done. Is it ever really done?
Is anything ever really done?
Because in a year I'll probably want to change it all over again.
Oh no, Lord help us all. Not religious, but all of a sudden.
But yeah, and we're talking about possibly going to New York for our anniversary. If you guys don't know, for our newer listeners, we got married on Halloween, so we kind of love spooky season a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we're thinking about going to visit the Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
So
in person, we're gonna go find him.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been to New Orleans. Like we've been to we have to go start going overseas, but we've been to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
We've been to Salem now.
And now Sleepy Hollow.
Hollow.
It's on the bucket list. I think next big one should be Romania.
I think that's the international one I was kind of referring to. That's the obvious one is Vlad visiting Vlad's old crib.
I would love.
Do they have his crib, his actual crib?
But I'm also very terrified.
Why?
Because I think I've mentioned it in our last podcast. Maybe a couple. You
think he's still floating around?
No, yes, I do. But when I started talking to my friend when we went to
that's right,
the museum, torture museum, like when she wasn't really aware of who Vlad was, and so I was just like, Dracula. She's like, what? Like he was a real person. And once we started getting more into detail, I started feeling really uneasy, like a demonic presence. And even when I go back and look at that footage, it still makes me feel that way. So I really want to go. And
sure wasn't the fumes from Hollywood Boulevard.
My Romanian clients actually has been.
Okay.
And she was telling me that even in the churches, like she's had some really
strange,
scary presence in there, really dark. And so there has been some weird paranormal stuff that definitely goes on there.
I would be very excited to go see all the Vlad stuff in Romania. I think that'd be really cool.
And the churches, she was showing me pictures of the churches, and oh my God, just because they're so medieval. Oh, I live for that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but good luck, convincing our daughter. there's no shopping or anything, I don't think, in Romania. There's
goats.
There's goats. But you know what's really terrifying? I stumbled across this story. Apparently, some scientists, these fucking scientists, they're saving the world, but they're also driving me nuts, guys. This is to all you scientists. Apparently, the researchers are giving mushrooms robotic bodies. Did you hear about this?
What?
Yeah. Engineers have created a new type of robot that places living fungi behind the controls. I know they enlisted me. The biohybrid robot uses electrical signals from an edible type of mushroom. They're going to get their revenge. They're going to have their fucking revenge.
Because everybody's on this mushroom kick right now, too.
Yeah, that's a popular thing. But now they're going to take over. They're going to be like, we're going to eat you and get fucking balls are going to be blown off. It's called a king trumpet in order to move around and sense its environment. Developed by an interdisciplinary team from Cornell University in the U.S. and Florence University in Italy. Oh, there we go. Are you now a fan? The machine could herald a new era of living robotics. How do you feel about living robotics?
Like, does that mean that like they're kind of alive and kind of
Well, they're
not
based
alive?
on it's essentially from what I'm gathering on it, it's equivalent to
They're still synthetic, right?
well, I mean it's based
Man-made.
off it's man-made, but it's sort of like when you get like robotics in arms these days where it's advanced and so you can
Well, I'm okay with
your
that.
brain can tell your
I'm okay
hand
with
to
those.
but what about for fungi, mushrooms, trumpets?
Well, I mean I do believe I was actually just listening to something today that was talking about how they're saying that plants actually
What are
they
they
can
saying about
see
plants these days?
they could see not in the same way of like having eyes, but in a different way. They're able to see, they're able to feel, they're able to communicate.
Okay.
And they can communicate with us more. And I started laughing to myself because I was like,
With us, like we will
yeah,
eventually be able to
yes.
understand them
And
in
I
some
started
way.
laughing to my fucking self because I remember when you were
Uh-huh.
making fun of me
Still will.
and our daughter when I was
You
saying
t-
how I talk to trees. And I like thank them for, just the shade, the air we breathe, how they help
uh-huh. Oh,
us,
that's right.
you know.
You're a tree
And
hugger in every
yeah,
sense of the word.
and you were just like literally thinking I was batshit crazy, and I was like
Because
listening
it's
to this, and I was
still
like,
okay.
look, the scientists are proving that like it
It
is true, and fuck, if we can start communicating, I'm sure the tree has a nice fucking message for you, asshole.
but it's still like if you're because it's not gonna be you're not gonna have full-fledged conversations with the tree, right?
Well, they're not like us. They
Some
don't. They're not.
exactly. So
They're not like
it's
us.
still not a fruitful
Um,
conversation. Excuse another pun.
I feel
Because fruit
like
comes from trees, right?
it's
Does it come
going
from?
to
Well,
be
some fruit comes
like
from.
kind of like
Some of it
how
comes from like bushes or vines, and some of it comes from trees.
it's going to kind of like help you like Coco
Apples.
the gorilla would communicate with us, you know?
Tree sign language.
Like no, but I mean like she's not going to like, "Hey, how's it going, guys?" Like she's going to be more like enlightening on
But
how
how does
we're
that
fucking
work?
killing the
This
world.
is we need to delve into this. You have research because how the fuck does that work? Is my one question. Like if even if they have some level, because there's research out there that says that plants
It's like
communicate on some
frequencies.
wavelength with each other and
Mhm.
in very like very minimal ways. They're not I don't think they're having back and forth conversations, but how does that work in terms of us perceiving that and us even gathering any information from that? Like it doesn't
Because maybe we can help each other.
we already are helping each other. I planted a tree once. I think I planted a tree
You
once.
poop in the soil.
I poop in the soil. You're
Help
welcome.
make the soil.
One day I'm going to be dead, so it's all yours, plants. You get my
It's a circle of life.
you get my afters.
It's funny that we're talking about this because we literally were just watching Annihilation last night.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
So I don't know if you guys have seen that, but the graphics are really beautiful. It's really well done. Scary as fuck because it talks about like fungus, the stuff we're talking about, and just how it could take over. Those type of movies genuinely like freak me out because I'm like, yep, that could happen.
Yeah, I mean it's and one of one of the reasons why I love The Last of Us from a zombie show, media, whatever movie perspective is because they take the fungi angle, and I think that's such a clever idea because an alien or a virus that infects the brain is gonna like it makes sense that it would be like a fungi type.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Not very fun for this guy. Well, I know you're a cat lady, infamous cat lady. I can attest to that. I have a slightly it's a mixed bag on this story because
Oh no.
there's some good news and some bad news. Let me get into
Oh.
it. A cat surprised its owner by walking through the cat flap days after it was thought to have been cremated. Nikki Knight was on holiday with her family in Turkey when she was told by her neighbors they had found her cat, Ted, drowned in their pond. So
Okay, wait.
there's a lot of word jumbles.
Um,
Yeah.
first and foremost, the cat's name's Ted,
Ted.
and
It's a good name for a cat.
and that's great.
That's a fucking amazing name for a cat.
I'm just surprised that somebody in Turkey named their cat Ted. That's
Well,
all.
apparently, no. She was on. This is all mixed. This is bad. I think maybe she's from the way they're saying on holiday and bullshit like that, and the way they smell neighbors too. I believe that they were in England. They're from England, but they went to Turkey on holiday. I think we're sorting it out. We're investigative reporter.
Interesting.
But apparently she was on holiday, right? On vacation, as you dirty Americans call it, and in Turkey. And the neighbor said, "Hey, by the way, we found your cat. It drowned in the pond." So she's like, "Oh shit." So then she very quickly organized the cremation of her cat because she wanted to honor it and not leave it for weeks on end and to decay. So she organized a cremation to be conducted and to have something to remember the cat by. But 4 days after the ceremony, Ted, again, an amazing name for a cat, walked into her home and she realized she had cremated the wrong cat.
Whose fucking cat was that?
They have no clue. Vicky Kralin, the director of Heavenly Pets Crematorium. It sounds like something from a Tim Burton movie. Heavenly Pets Crematorium said it was bittersweet, and she was worried there was a family out there missing somebody. So apparently this. I mean, I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
So you cremated. So you're heartbroken, right? And you want to honor your pet and cremate it and have a little urn or whatever, nice little urn to remember by.
Yep.
You find out thankfully for your sake, you find out that your cat is actually good and alive and strolling through the door.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with that urn? Like, do you keep it? Do you like bury it under a tree, like, or spread the ashes under a tree? What do you do with that? Or do you hold on to it, maybe thinking that someone will get wind of the story and they'll realize that they have a similar cat?
My first question is like,
yeah, I
know there's a lot of cats that look alike, and I know it's I guess this is more of a darker podcast, so we could give you the visual. But I'm guessing the cat looked very swollen after it drowned.
I would imagine, yeah,
because it drank all the water. So I could,
I don't know about all the water,
but you know what I mean.
A lot of water
swells up because
it might
it's
have been
like
a small pond.
It's full, and I think the body just naturally does that.
Yeah.
So
sorry, rest in peace, cat, mystery cat.
I feel like even if that was my cat, though, I would be dissecting
the cat.
I would be making sure that was my cat, dead cat or no cat. Like I would.
For clarity, I know what you mean, but you're not literally mean dissecting.
No.
I know what you mean, but
I'd be flipping it over and
I would be cutting that thing open.
Paw for the little.
But she was out on vacation.
Mark.
I guess the other question is.
So she got it cremated while she was gone.
Yeah, that's the other question. Is if your pet, you find out, are you flying back?
So it was the neighbor's bad. I mean, they just assumed that it was her cat. So she didn't even see her cat. She just was like, "Oh, I guess I'll get it cremated while we're gone." Like.
Yeah, she was on a 2-week holiday, and so she was in Turkey, and they are from England because they're from North Yorkshire.
I wanted to like really, because I'm just like, how do you not know?
Their neighbors sent a video through Mrs. Knight's Ring doorbell about finding a dead cat, which they believe to be Ted in their pond. So they're literally on this lady's on vacation.
If they have another cat named Bill.
That'd be cool. Or their other cat's named Bundy. That'd be sick. That's not a good idea.
Oh my God. Please no.
Don't do that. But can you imagine you're on a vacation, right? You're on a you're a week into a 2-week vacation. You get a Ring doorbell, not a call, not a text. Like someone ring and then like through the little camera saying, "Hey, by the way, we think your cat's dead."
Oh, the person was on the Ring talking.
The neighbors sent a video through the Ring doorbell saying, I found a dead cat. I think it's yours."
And it makes me wonder if those people killed it.
So, and
people are fucked up.
people are real fucked up.
They're eating the cats.
Oh God,
they didn't
don't
eat
do
that cat.
That's wild.
But
our politicians are wild.
So all I have to say is like I would keep it, and I would want to know if there was a caller, because the caller would say it all.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, I mean, because again, those people are out of town, so they can't go to the person like, what did the caller say? So I would want to try to get down to figure out if we can put up. I don't how do you even go about this? Like it would just be a really, even if you find the actual people who are the owners of that cat, it's a fucked up situation.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the other question is, do you?
I would try to find them and give them the urn.
Give them
because I mean, if you tell them the situation, you show them the videos, like, hey, I didn't fucking kill your cat.
Because you didn't kill the cat. That's the key part.
I would want to like really make sure that was apparent. They knew they saw the footage and everything. And we were obviously out of town. That's how I would want to do it, because I would want my cat, just like one of our kitties had gotten eaten by coyotes. And my first intuition is that I wanted to get it taxidermied. And like, I know you're like weirded out by that stuff, but I was like,
your cat staring back at you up from the grave.
Yeah, he was a special cat to me, and that's what I wanted to do. And it was so sad because when I called the Humane Society, they told me that there wasn't enough left of him to even do that.
Yeah, that was rough.
And so I was just like, fuck my life. But, that is first and foremost, if I could, that's what I would do.
Would you fly back, though? Would you break a Turkish holiday to check on, make sure that the cat's not yours?
Well, I mean, when the
you have to trust the neighbors,
you have to be like, okay, trust them. Yeah, of course. I would for sure trust them. But God, to have like, I think about like Mr. Mins come walking back in 4 days from the dead, like thinking that he's dead that whole time. Like, I mean, that would be the best Christmas wish I could ever have. Yeah. Gosh, I bet they were so happy.
Well, apparently it wasn't such a cheery show, because Nikki says I had to break the news to my husband and our 4 children, and we were all absolutely devastated. So she told the whole family, she's like, sorry, cat's dead. But then she called and she had the cat cremated and all that stuff. She arranged all that stuff in thoughts, and then it came back. So apparently, just as an update, the family has not been able to trace the owner of the dead cat.
Oh my God.
So
maybe it was a stray cat. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's wild. But cats, they say they have 9 lives. So
this one has at least 2. Yeah, I like that's that feeling of just like the bottom, and you're trying to be responsible, and then it just.
Gosh, I feel like me and you could go on with our vacation and we'd have our moments, but I think it would be harder on our child. Like she would take it really hard.
Because there's no funeral or anything, so you don't have to race back for a funeral, and it doesn't help. It doesn't help anything being there, but it's just it is a pet. It's a family member, but it's hard to tell. So apparently,
here we go with the segue.
I do have a Halloween costume idea for you.
Oh,
again, bear with me on this.
I'll try.
We go to Costco or Sam's Club, whatever big box store. We buy as many bags of Doritos as we can, right?
Okay.
We open all those Doritos, and we rub it all over our skin. And we go as like those anatomy courses where you could see all the organs inside and transparent. You with me?
No.
Okay. Well, I came up with this idea because apparently the food dye they use in Doritos and other things, yellow 5, if they're doing experiments where they're rubbing it on rats and it's making their skin transparent.
Is it harming them?
We'll find out. I mean,
we know that digesting that stuff is bad, and we still eat it. So
researchers are literally rubbing this this yellow 5 on the rats, and it's this whole thing happening is courtesy of a counterintuitive fundamental physics principle, which is something I don't know what that means. It can temporarily turn biological tissue transparent to the naked eye. So if what they're doing is they're literally rubbing this yellow 5 dye on the rats for a couple minutes and doing like intermittent needling. I think it's what that. Oh yeah, so they're massaging that. It's called tartazine, which is the solution, into hairless mouse skin over the course of a few minutes, or they're using microneedling. Yeah, to create this temporary transparency. So they're thinking actually it might have medical breakthroughs in terms of if instead of an X-ray, you could rub the solution, and for a couple minutes, there's a potential that it could. Like I think that it could have some medical. So you're saying that you wouldn't. So if this was like even just like a TikTok party trick, and they sold it in the store, you wouldn't try it to see like your innards?
I probably would.
I
honestly, I will. I will.
It'd be freaky though.
I do not want to be hypocritical because I have, had like injections in my lips and things like that. So I have to be honest and true.
Thank you for being honest
to you all and to myself that I am already an experiment and already have like fucking weird shit in my body. So, I mean, what's one more?
What's one more?
But I wouldn't want to do it like wouldn't be all the time. Just like my lips, I get them done.
It would just be like a party trick, right? Oh, just to see your innards.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. It's not something, but it is kind of cool.
It's cool. I don't know if I'd want to see like. I'd probably be curious to try it on myself. I don't know if I'd want to see because it would freak me out if I saw like
Skeletor, your heart beating.
Yeah, like all your organs, because it's just like it's kind of feels a little bit morbid for some reason. I don't know.
I would love it.
Would you want to see my innards?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
More than yourself, or would you?
The inside of your testicles? More than myself. I would be curious about both. Like,
Oh. Inside of my testicles like a ship. It's full of semen.
That's really fascinating, though. As long as I could figure out a way where it's not that harmful, or I mean,
that's going to be a long way away.
If it's less and not giving radiation, and then it's that's a huge thing, especially for children.
Yeah. I think it could be beneficial. I mean, they're probably ingesting copious amounts of yellow 5 anyways, kids.
I mean,
so why not just rub it on the tummy?
Ingesting fucking plastic every day, so there's that.
Yeah, it's doomed. What's up with Red 40? People say that Red 40 is like the worst, and it's probably true, but I've never actually researched why
Doritos
it's the worst.
too, don't they? Isn't that what
probably
like the red dyes? They're saying this red dye is connected to like autism and things like that. So it's I don't.
Isn't it like a carcinogen though? Isn't it more cancer scares than like autism?
I think both.
Because it's like I feel like everything is like the go-to is like, oh, it causes autism for everything
and cancer. That's what
everybody says.
Like
autism.
Coffee. Like at Starbucks, they have the sign that says this could cause
oh yeah,
cancer.
That's the California thing where everything gives you cancer. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm here drinking coffee.
That's fine.
Stone cold.
Oh my God, the cats are
Steve
going
Austin.
insane. This one made me laugh. Gas station worker in Vegas is accused of beating a customer with a bat for taking too much of that sweet, sweet nacho cheese. And this comes from KVVU in Vegas.
There's no limit.
There should be no limit, and you shouldn't. If you're a gas station worker, you should not give a shit. Maybe if you're the gas station owner, you should give a shit.
Like if he's putting it in separate cups.
You know what it was? Well, let's read on.
I want to know what
I have a theory on this case. A gas station worker is accused of beating a customer with a baseball bat over taking too much nacho cheese, according to an arrest report. Myron Bully is charged with attempted murder, oh my God, and assault after police responded to an Arco gas station in Las Vegas and found a man lying in the grass, bleeding from his head, nose, and ears. This guy fucked him up.
Did he have like nachos like all over him too?
He had cheese. It was all his blood was cheese at that point. Police said the man could not tell officers what happened to him, and he was taken to the hospital.
Wow.
Police asked Bully what happened, and he told police that the victim was talking expletive and told him to leave the store. Bully then showed officers a cheese machine that the victim broke, and then explained that the victim wasn't trying to steal, but Bully was upset that the victim was getting too much nacho cheese from the nacho cheese machine.
Oh, so he thinks he broke the machine because he was using it too much.
Yeah.
Kind of ish.
So he was really protective of this nacho cheese machine. Bully reportedly told the victim to leave the store and not break things, but said the victim insisted on getting nachos, so he pushed him out of the store. Don't talk blank to me. Now everyone gonna see this and they're gonna know never talk blank to me, Bully told police. So it's exactly what I
What
thought.
do you think?
It's as with everything, as with like when you hear about people murdering someone over a parking spot, it starts out with something small or something,
and they start talking shit,
and then it's about
Escalates,
people talking shit to it, and then it's about like you disrespecting me. Like it becomes less so about the nacho cheese. It's like you're not listening to me. You're too drunk. You now it's about us fighting, and you don't even remember what the original fucking sin was. That's all it is. People fucking get like people beef up. People really beef up, especially Vegas. I mean, people are nuts in Vegas.
I get a little like that.
But do you get a little aggressive like that? I mean, I know you do, but like in Vegas specifically?
I don't think I've ever gotten in a fight in Vegas.
No, that's the one spot you haven't. There's still time. There's still time, everybody.
It could happen.
So I got a story that will definitely make you not want to go back to Indiana. Apparently,
I'm never fucking going back anyway. So
why?
Are you serious?
It's beautiful countryside.
It's very flat. You guys are so weird.
I'm not. I'm not.
You're so weird.
Why?
Because of your weird pride.
I don't have any pride. I've been to Indiana a few times.
Just so everybody knows.
Yes.
The reason why we're having this little debacle is
it feels like a debacle. It feels like nacho cheese has been stolen.
His father is originally from Indiana.
Wait, is that in question? Were you breaking news?
I was making sure. I was like, wait,
stepdad?
Oh. And the one time, it's only been once, right? The one time I went with you, his father was so excited to take us to like the Indy 500. And I'm thinking like, when you think of like a race like that, I was thinking of what's the one where they wear the big hats?
Like horse racing? The Kentucky Derby?
I was thinking like, because, it's like.
That's pretty trashy like, too, by the way.
Bitch, please.
You see hats online, you're like, oh, that's a.
I don't know. People get dressed up. Yes. I was the only one dressed up in Indiana.
That is very
going
true.
to the Indy 500.
Yes.
I had people with strong accents saying, "Where'd you come from?" Just like that, like word from word. I'm not being dramatic. And I saw driving up, because there's a lot of like, wait, there's everybody's, this is the Wells Fargo wagon of fucking Indiana, because nothing ever happens there. Like, so everybody's like, there's so much traffic. And then there's guys holding signs up that say, "Show me your tits."
Yeah, that's classic.
And I was like really offended by that, because I just was like, why? Like, you're going to a race. Like, what do my tits have to do with this race? There's a lot of amazing people in Indiana. Like don't get me wrong. And there's a lot of charm. There's like some places that I did really enjoy.
180.
But I just like that stereotype really came in hot, and it came in hard. And it's like stuck in my brain now. It's just, to defend people for having signs that say, "Show us your tits."
Anyways. Thanks.
Good old Indiana.
Yeah, I'm not like, I don't defend Indiana. I could never go back again, and I'm fine. I saw it. It's very flat. What do you think? Why are you convinced that I love Indiana? What convinced you? I like the race. The race is fun. The actual race, like the actual
where your people come from.
Cars go. My people are not from here or from Indiana.
Your
My dad,
grandfather?
that guy was from Tennessee.
Oh, originally?
Yeah.
Sweet. Did he move to Indiana?
He
what's
moved to
what's the
Indiana.
story?
Like Appalachia. Like he was from like the like backwoods, like that part of Tennessee. Like I know Appalachia is better known for West Virginia.
Ooh, when you say backwoods, it's scary.
But he was on that east side. I think it's east side of Tennessee that falls into Appalachia. So he's in a very rural kind of country area. The scuttlebutt is that he got into some hot water with somebody or whatever. He got in trouble where he had to kind of get out of Dodge, get out of Knoxville.
And that's when he moved to Indiana.
That's when he moved to Indiana. So he's not even from Indiana.
Oh, got it.
But he loved race cars, so that's why I think he was like, I'm going to go to Indiana because I love cars go vroom,
where it was
vroom.
at for him.
Yeah. So anyways, and my dad was there till he's 18. So there's not a lot of fucking roots in Indiana.
I don't know. Talking to your dad, it seemed like
he grew up. That's his.
That for him it is.
Yeah, because he grew up there. Like that's his hometown.
Yeah.
It's a weird love-hate thing with him. Like I
think it's more love than hate.
I don't know. I don't think so because he was kind of an oddball. And Indiana's not usually traditionally a great place for oddballs. Anyway, in South Bend, Indiana, a mother said her daughter was exposed to a potential health hazard while smelling a candle in a local store. And things at a Dollar Tree. This all happened last Thursday at the Dollar Tree in South Bend, Indiana. Adriana Shelton and her 9-year-old daughter, Gray, were at the Dollar Tree on South Bend Avenue shopping for a gift for Gray's teacher when Gray reached for a candle on the shelf. We were smelling candles, and she picked up a candle to smell and tilted it back, and it literally liquid went down her.
Ooh.
At first, we were like, maybe it's just water. And as we were just walking through the store, we get a foul smell, and Gray goes, Mom, my shirt really stinks. That smell was urine sitting in the candle on the store shelf.
Oh.
Appalled by the stain and smell on her daughter's shirt, Shelton went to a manager searching for answers. The store manager offered her a shirt for thanks. It's a baseline. Great job, Dollar Tree. What's a Dollar Tree shirt like? How quickly does the Dollar Tree shirt fall apart?
I didn't even know they had shirts.
Five Below is bad enough, but a Dollar Tree shirt, it's not going to last a wash.
Yeah.
It's a one use. It's disposable shirts. They have been telling me this is happening over a month, and they're not able to catch the person doing it. So someone's pissing in candles and putting them back on
so
shelves.
It's like a constant thing.
Yeah, and there's no cameras down the aisle where he's doing it.
Ugh.
Why do you assume it's a he? It's probably
it's easier
functionally.
to shoot.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm being a little sassy on it. It's a dude. We all know it's a dude.
I mean, I wish I could shoot.
Practicality wise,
that make things so much easier for women.
Yeah, it's a dude. So the store employees, the manager has asked corporate to put in cameras in those areas. The manager said Dollar Tree has been in contact with police and are trying to find who is urinating in the candles. It's just a mess. They need to do better. They need to actually care, even if it's why not? Okay, I got an idea for you guys at Dollar Tree. Get this. Get rid of the fucking candles. What are you making, like $20 off of those candles?
They probably do pretty well. Because, I mean, think about it. They're cheap candles, and I love candles.
Or guess what? Do this. Maybe move where the candles are. I got another idea for you.
Put them right by the register.
You can make that sweet $20 right in front of the register.
Yeah.
And if the guy...
But let's be honest. Some of the employees don't give a fuck. Like
Dollar Tree? No.
The employees at Dollar Tree are not, it is not their lifelong career.
No.
They're not.
And if it is, they're miserable about it.
Yeah. I mean, you might get that one token person that's going to be watching every person walk in. But like, so it's like that on top of everything else,
Yeah.
It's like me when I'm at work because, it's my shop. Like I am fucking looking at everybody coming in. I'm watching, I'm listening. I'm always like, if I see something weird, I bring it to people's attention. Like they're not going to do that.
Yeah. And there's like, we've had a few stories where this kind of like, there's these types that will go in and like fuck shit up like sexually, like in stores, and get a kick out of that.
Shop, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's a kink, or is it like a homeless? What, like, I wonder what the motivation is on this. Is it a prank, like someone who's just there to fuck shit up? Like that guy, again, we're exposed to a lot of these stories with this podcast, but the guy who put explosives in a toilet, is it that? Or is it a pervert?
Maybe, again, like it could be
deviant or pervert or both.
Maybe somebody pissed off. Maybe there's an employee there. That's maybe there's a employee there that.
Oh, the call's coming from inside the house?
No, but maybe that too. But no, I was gonna say maybe there's just this dumbass employee, like that idiot at Joanne's Fabric the other day. Still think about her. Fur, the one that helped me with the fur. And she just fucking hates her job, and she's just rude and she's obnoxious. And somebody's just like, fuck this bitch, I'm gonna go pee in the candle. Like, I wouldn't do that, but like, you know,
this will show the employees.
Maybe like, yeah, maybe because they know that they'll have to fucking clean it up, or there's gonna be, I don't know. There's so many scenarios.
There's so many scenarios. It could be a disgruntled employee. It could be a pervert. Yeah. It could be someone who just wants to,
homeless,
like a Joker type who just wants to see the world burn.
Yeah,
the world piss.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And the thing is, like, I feel like this is one of those things that's going to frustrate me, because I don't think it's ever going to be solved, because I think that the Phantom Pisser has already moved on, I would imagine. You do it for a month and you move on.
It would be hilarious if they did get caught, though.
That would be. We'll make a note to follow up on this story. We'll get a team out to.
Where's it at? Where's this location?
South Bend, Indiana. Do you want to go to check it out? Do you want to go to Indiana?
The whole Indiana rant.
We can go to Indiana to check it out. I mean, it'd be nice to go there and just see nothing.
Best meal there was the Indian food.
See them nothing. We had Indian food in Indiana. Oh, that's fun.
We found an Indian restaurant.
Did we really?
We did.
Okay. Cool.
And I was really excited.
Yeah, I mean, I love it.
Can we tell her? Okay, so
oh,
another Indiana story. So I was, I think, vegan at the time.
Yeah.
So I was very strict on what I ate. So we went to this little hole in the wall place that your brother knew about, and I just was like, oh, cool, like I could just order a salad, right? Easy, like just. So I ordered like a big. I say, oh, do you guys have just like I just want a big salad for like my entree, and the lady's like, we just have side salads. And I was like, oh, well, can you just bring out a big plate and just put it all, like, I'll pay for like 3 or 4 of those if you want to just put it in one big plate. And she looked at me like I was speaking a different language. And so she just brought me out 4 side salads.
Yeah.
And all I had
that's fun.
It was
like
literally
Indiana
lettuce.
Tapas.
And that was it.
Yeah. And a whole lot of ranch, probably. Yeah.
Well, no, I was vegan. And
oh yeah,
so I think it was like Thousand Island or something. No, that's not vegan.
Straight from the bottle.
No, it's
Craft.
like, yeah, I was like,
wait,
olive
Thousand
oil.
Well, Italians. No, sorry,
Italian's fine. But yeah, so
this is an episode of which dressings are vegan, everybody.
Yeah, so that was just all the vegans out there, don't go to Indiana unless you go to the Indian restaurant, which probably isn't even there anymore.
A man got food poisoning in his dick from too much sex with his wife.
That is impossible.
A man contracted and this, I'm not even going to say what this is from. This is filthy. A man has contracted a rare type of food poisoning in his penis following a bizarre set of circumstances.
That doesn't even make sense.
Following rigorous sex with his wife.
That doesn't make sense.
Life doesn't make sense.
You get food poisoning in your stomach, not your dick.
Yeah. Apparently, you get in your dick, too. This is
God.
the one who got it. The 38-year-old man from Beirut, Lebanon, sought help after he found he was suffering from redness, swelling, and scabs on his for the best part of a week. No side salads for me tonight. Or sausage. The man has also been suffering from severe diarrhea and vomiting. Can you imagine that life?
Oh my
at that
God,
point,
I've food poisoning. That's enough. You don't need problems with your vag.
You're like, you're throwing up, you're shitting, and you like
got a swollen dick.
And you got a swollen dick.
Swollen sausage.
That's the trifecta of misery. After being consulted by experts, experts at the American University of Beirut Medical Center, it's a long name, a swab of the man's penis was taken to check. So, there's something that's fun about. You should say it. There's something fun about saying a swab of the man's penis. Say a swab of the man's penis.
I'm not a
man's
man,
penis.
and do you know what that means?
Yes.
They go up there and swab it.
Yes.
In the hole, in that tiny little hole.
A swab of the woman's hole.
Like a woman's hole's bigger, so it's different.
Yes.
I'm in pain for that guy.
Yeah, a swab of the man's penis. I'm never gonna not enjoy saying that. Was taken to check what the infection was. The results showed traces of bacteria in, guess where? Bacillus cereus. Cereus is true. Is often found in rice that has been left out at room temperature for too long, and when consumed can cause sickness in the stomach. So they literally found a bacteria that is a food poisoning bacteria. It's not like you get it from food poisoning. Perhaps one of the more surreal conclusions a set of doctors have ever come to. The man was told his genital infection is my favorite death metal band, was caused by diarrhea and vomiting, which was increased after he'd had sex with his wife due to the acceleration in blood vessels. So he's just fucking so hard and puking.
Oh, like how is he still able to have sex?
The bacteria is likely to have made contact with the man's groin during intercourse where it had infected the skin.
So the asshole. Is that how
I think it's like it's all like the mojo, the juices, the soup platter.
But she didn't get it.
No, not at least by record.
How did she not get it? She's the one getting penetrated.
You gotta ask her. Lord. It is believed to be the first time a case of food poisoning has infected a penis. Great. Despite the rarity of this incident, it was treated relatively simply. Which usually is used to remedy infections. A month later, the burning and discomfort is healed up on the patient, and the infection did not return, and he is back to fucking.
Oh my God.
Back at it. And not so much rice. Maybe easy on the rice. More fucking, less rice. Yeah.
No thanks.
That is wild. Nobody's ever heard of food poisoning on a genitalia.
I just like how in what right state of mind are you even able to have sex while you have food poisoning? Because it is very painful. It's
very awkward. It's very painful, and it's very disgusting too.
Well, because you like have to shit every like 5 minutes, so like, nasty squirt.
It's super nasty. The squirts are going.
That's probably where the squirts went.
The squirts went right up his pee hole. Got the squirts up my pee hole again. Got bacteria. Oh. Genital infections.
I'm still thinking of the swab again.
The swab to the gentleman's penis. So apparently, I didn't know this. Did you know some mammals can breathe out of their asshole?
No.
Speaking of assholes, yeah. Apparently,
I would not want to breathe that.
So this is because the way this came up is because there was a story about apparently there's a goofy version of Nobel Peace Prize that they give out, and it's like all goofy and fun and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But the reason why a research team got the goof Nobel Peace Prize that's based on actual scientific discoveries is because they discovered, well, I think it's been kind of a discovery before, but they discovered that one, mammals can breathe out of their assholes, and two, this might be a solution if there's patients with lack of oxygen, right? And if it's like COVID on steroids and you're out of ventilators and you're out of breathing stuff, you might be able to jam something up an asshole and get someone to breathe again, essentially, like in some form. It's very limited. I would assume that it's much less effective than a ventilator, but you could do something. You get some oxygen up that beehole.
You know what? If I stop breathing, put that finger up there.
A finger?
Oh,
that's not going to help your breathing.
Okay, I mean, if you want to do something else.
No, but I'm just saying.
We know what you want to put up there.
No, a finger is not going to help, right? You got to put a breathing tube up that
No.
butthole.
Fucking fist. I don't.
I think my point is not the size of the object. I'm thinking more of what you have to get something that has oxygen. It's more if it plugs the hole, plugs your air hole. But
interesting, fascinating, weird, and gross.
Wild stuff. It's all disgusting at the end of this episode. It's all gross. But I never knew that. Like that
Me either.
I wonder what mammals can totally like full-fledged breathe out of the beehole.
Look it up.
Because isn't that just the mouth at that point? It's the mouth that shits.
Oh. I mean, a lot of people have caca out of the mouth, right?
Yeah, a lot of people breathe out of their ass, talk out of their asshole. What is the definition of a mouth? We're on a wormhole. It's a complex oval-shaped opening in the skull that serves multiple functions in the human. Anyways. I don't know.
Whoa.
So that's
I've learned a lot of things.
You've learned that you can get a food poisoning in your genitalia. You could also breathe through your other nether regions. And
what if you're constipated?
Don't smell the candles in it.
You have to get an edema first.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
This town needs an enema. Woo!
All right. This is an episode of Strange Times. You can follow us on all the social medias at Strange Times. You can email us at strange.times.show@gmail.com for any comments or concerns. Or
a lot of concerns.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of concerned people for our safety. We're okay. We're just reading the stories. Goodbye.